Hiya, this is Alistair Goodale again from GT Driving School. We're back in my favourite little car park and we're going to do a little bit more around by the Maidstone Driving Test Centre. Okay, so off we go. We're going to be turning right out of this car park. Going round. I'm going to be turning left again out of the car park, waiting for a bit of traffic. It's a better view now. Coming round back to the zebra crossing. Looking good. Just being aware of these parked cars on the right hand side forcing oncoming traffic into the middle. Aware of the black car on your left. Looks good. Now we're going to come up to this roundabout and we're going to go straight ahead. That's the second exit. So we're going to keep on the left hand side a little bit. Being aware of any cars coming from the right. There's nothing there, so we're going to keep on the outside, following it round. Going to turn left, second exit, so main and left indicating left. And we go. Down towards that big yellow shop. Just a few parked cars here and there causing problems, bit of a pinch point, letting the van through. And then we're going to be turning right up ahead. The junction up ahead is locally called a D junction. We'll deal with D junctions at another video, but essentially we're going to keep on the right hand arm, keep on the left hand side, being aware of the red car pulling out. Again, no white lines in the middle of the road. Now the examiner will probably want you to carry on down the road straight ahead, so he won't tell you to check left or right. But we've just got to notice that there are some double dotted white lines in front of us which tend to mean that we should give way. So we're checking left and right. Everything looks good, we can continue on our way. Again, another pinch point up ahead. Got this van with his flashy yellow light on it top, means there might be somebody around him, so I'm just going to be a little bit cautious, be a bit wide. And we're going to be turning left at the end of the road, main and left indicating left, trying to get back on our side, double dotted. Looking at the view, not very easy, that's fine, we're good. Now we're going to turn right. This is a very sharp right bend, so we're going to check main and right, indicate upwards. Got to make sure we keep on our side of the road, into King Edward Road. Round we go. Now this is a funny old road, it actually is a two-way road, but you can only access it in two ways from where we've just entered it. On the other end of this road you can only exit it, you can't come in from it. So the more you go down this road, the more it's a one-way street. But there is a possibility of something coming the other way. This is also an ideal road for the examiners to ask you to do a parallel park. As you can see, cars parked on both sides, there's a few gaps here and there, and there's a good chance that they would ask you if you came down here. At the end there you can see some traffic lights that are just changing to red, and a blue and white sign attached to them saying that we can only go left. So we're only going to go left. We're just slowing it down. Now the thing is that with these lights, the green light change, when it goes to green, it will be green on the other side of the road. You can see just to your right of you. At the moment there isn't any traffic, but there is one or two cars just coming up to it, and we'll get a green light, they'll get a green light. Now technically they're slightly closer to the junction than we are, so we will have to wait for them. May mean that we just sort of move off a little bit slower. On the other hand, the silver car may actually sort of back off a little bit and let us through. It really depends. It's a little bit of eyeball to eyeball. There he is, he's backing off a little bit. Gonna let you go, thank you very much, he's just let me go. So I'm going to keep on the left hand side. There's a one-way street, but I actually want to get over to the right hand side, so I'm going to check my mirrors and indicate right. Why are we doing this? Well, we're coming down the hill towards what's known as the bridge system. The bridge system is a fairly busy, complicated part in the heart of Maidstone. It's made simplified recently, the last year or so, by a new road layout. However, there are plenty of people there with sat-navs that haven't been updated, that still try and do the old route, which can be quite scary at times. But we're just being aware of the box junctions and just keeping our distance from the black car ahead of us. And we're just going to keep in this middle lane. The middle lane is going to be the one that goes off to Chatham. The left lane will go off to Westmoreland and Tunbridge. So just keeping it steady, being aware that the green lights at the pedestrian crossing could go red. And just keeping out of the view of this lorry, who may well possibly be in the wrong lane. There's a good chance that he was wanting to go straight on. Now here's a little bit of an issue. We've got 2 lanes here, 3 lanes at the traffic lights. The lane that we're in technically breaks into 2, but the chances are that somebody on the left hand side might well want to get over. So we just need to be aware of that, and be aware that people on the left might try and cut us up. The lights are now turning red. Now if we were trying to follow signs and we found ourselves in the left lane and we were supposed to be following signs for Chatham, we would stay in the left and turn left. You do not try and go straight on. Here we've got this lane that we're in and the one on the right that are going towards Chatham. Now the one I'm in could go left, could go straight on. If I were turning left, I would be indicating left. I'm going straight on, so I'm not going to indicate. And what I am going to do is head for the clock tower that you can see in front of you. Do not try and cut the corner. Try and head for the clock tower, and then everything will be a lot easier and a lot much less painful. There we go, traffic lights now turning green, checking around both sides, making sure there's no bikes and motorbikes. Chatham M20 coming up to the green lights again. Nice and easy does it. Used to be a case that you'd have to go 3 sides of a square to go and do this. Now you just go through straight on like this, which is a lot easier, but it's still a little bit touch and go for people. And one thing that other cars will likely to do now is that they're likely to speed up. We're not going to do that. We're going to try and keep it to 30 at the moment. We are going to obviously have to slow down for the traffic and the red lights ahead of us. Keeping our distance. And we'll just keep on moving forward a little bit. Just keeping an eye on bicycles, motorbikes, the cars on the right that might try and come over. Now it's still a 30 until we get to the 40s. It's very important. Going to the 40s, we can potentially speed up. We're only still doing about 28 at the moment. Now we're going to 30, 35. You can see up ahead there's a chance of another roundabout. We're going straight ahead at that roundabout, which is the second exit, so I'm going to keep left. I'm going to just back off again because a bit of traffic, a few brake lights, so I'm just slowing it down. Ooh, hello Mr. Blue Car. Green lights on the pedestrian crossing, so that's good. Nobody seems to be there. I can just move up a little bit more, slowing things down. Looking out for people on the right hand side, nobody coming round the roundabout. I'm keeping on the outside edge, taking the second exit, main and left, indicating left, coming round, being aware of the pedestrian crossing, nobody at the green light, that's good. Coming round, keep on going. So it's still a 40, and I'm just going to speed up again a little bit more. Now this roundabout is, we're going to go straight ahead, but this time it's the third exit we're looking for. But we're going to do exactly the same as we would do on the previous roundabout, which was just second exit straight on. So this is third exit straight on. So in other words, we're not going to indicate, we're going to go round it, keeping on the outside edge, taking the third exit. So I'm looking to the right, looks good, keeping on the left hand side. First exit, second exit, must be the next one, main and left, indicating left. Round we go. Now it's gone from a 40 now to a 50. Just picking things up and just being aware that there are a couple of well, it's military vehicles in front of us, so they might be a little bit on the slow side. Now a big triangle on the right hand side telling us about traffic lights, left and right of us now. The traffic lights up ahead do not change very frequently. They often just go if there's a bus parked on the other side. However, the next big triangle telling us about traffic lights, these traffic lights do change frequently, and you can tell by the fact that everybody's braking to slow down for the next set of lights. Coming down past the traffic lights, we've just got to be wary that the green lights have a nasty habit of going red, so I'm just going to keep an eye on them. Everything looks good. And we're going to take the next turning off. It's difficult to see the signage because it's buried under some bushes, but as you can see, it's not easy to see. It's for Ashford. And we're coming down to what's locally known as the Running Horse Roundabout. Now at the Running Horse Roundabout, we're going to be turning right, and it's the fourth exit. Now it's quite a big roundabout, a sort of semi-motorway type roundabout. It's got a flyover over the top, so it can be quite tricky, can be quite busy. So I'm going to indicate right. I'm going to be aware of the ambulance that's coming up on my right hand side and one or two other cars. Now because I'm turning right and I'm indicating right, I'm going to be on the inside edge, but I don't want to be in the stripy bit. So I'm going around on the stripe, not in the stripes, but just in this lane. Now this lane will actually help you because it actually pushes you out to the left. So by the time we get to the bridge, we should be checking mirrors and indicating left and being on the outside edge. Those cars will wait for you, and we're going round towards Boxley Bearstead. There we go. Round we go. And then back up the road. Past the Running Horse, which is a local restaurant. And we're going to be turning